Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to my brand new friend, which is my little Leachianus gecko who you see right here. So this is what he looks like. I do want to point out I am saying he, although I actually have no idea if it is a male or female. I'm saying he just because, but I really don't know. But I have, for the meantime, decided it is a he until I can be sure. If you know anything about Leachianus geckos, then you can probably tell right off the bat that this guy is fairly young. He is quite small. For those of you who don't know, Leachianus are very big geckos. Leachianus geckos are actually the biggest species of gecko in the world. They are also often called the New Caledonian giant gecko because they are very big geckos. As I said, these guys are the biggest gecko species in the world, so they get the largest out of any geckos out there, and that is one of the reasons that they're so interesting to me. I really love geckos. I think there's so many cool gecko species out there. I have quite a few and I really love them, and Leachianus geckos were one of the ones I have been interested in for a while. I think that they're super neat, they're quite unique, and they are very large, which I personally found quite appealing. I know some people will prefer like smaller geckos over bigger geckos, but I found the size of Leachianus geckos very appealing. So Leachianus geckos come in a variety of different patterns and colors. I really fell in love with this guy's little color and pattern right here. Oh my god, I haven't even told you his name. This is Chaos. That's just the name that I chose to give him. Leachianus geckos can be known for being a little bit temperamental, giving you a little bit of attitude. He's been really awesome in the time that I've had him. I've actually had him for a little while now. As a lot of you guys know, I don't talk about my animals when they're still in quarantine, so anytime I introduce a new animal to you, I have actually gotten that animal a little bit ago because I get the animal, I quarantine it, give it time to settle in, and then I will introduce it to you. But he has been extremely nice the whole time I've had him. Never had really an attitude. He's never had any problem with handling. As you can see, he's just been out here chilling on my hand this whole time. He's a very good gecko. So yeah, but I did name him Chaos. I thought that it was just kind of a nice name. There's really no reason behind it. I just liked it, so that's his name. I personally chose to get Chaos out of all of the other ones I got to choose between because I really liked his colors and patterns the most. He's a very light color with some really neat patterns. He has almost sort of lines on his back, and even for being so young, he does actually have some fairly prominent pink spots on him, which means they will likely get even brighter as he gets older, so I'm really excited to see that. I personally just found his color and pattern very interesting to me. You know, it's just my personal preference, so that is why I chose little Chaos here. He's so cute. Little geckos are so adorable. So as I mentioned, these Leachianus geckos are also often called the New Caledonian giant geckos, and that basically has to do with the fact that they are from New Caledonia and they are the biggest gecko species in the world. So these geckos, as I mentioned, are from New Caledonia, so they do come from the same place as many other geckos that we keep as common pets, such as crested geckos. They are a very common pet gecko, and gargoyle geckos, which definitely aren't as common as crested geckos, but they're still a fairly common pet gecko amongst reptile keepers. There are obviously more geckos that come from New Caledonia, but I would say crested geckos and gargoyle geckos are definitely the most common. So yeah, these guys also come from New Caledonia, and they do have fairly similar care to a gargoyle gecko or a crested gecko. There are slight differences, but for the most part their care is similar. This video isn't a care guide. I've only owned him for a very short time. I don't make care guides on animals that I don't have much hands-on experience with, but their care is fairly similar. So a Leachianus gecko is a gecko species that I have been wanting for a while now. I have been interested in getting one since last summer, so over like a year and a half, but I just never really got around to actually getting one for two main reasons. One of them being they are very expensive. A lot of the times you will see Leachies from anywhere from like $800 up to like $3,000. They are quite expensive geckos as they're not super easy to breed, and they're not extremely common, which is basically the second reason I didn't get one. They're not super easy to come by. Depending on where you live, it's probably easier to find them. If you're in like the United States, it's probably a lot easier for you to find one than like me here in Canada on the East Coast. Not impossible to find one, but they're definitely not super common. But I did end up finding a breeder local to me who had some babies for sale, including little Chaos here. So as I mentioned, Chaos is just a little baby. He currently weighs around 9 grams, so he is still very tiny. He has lots of growing to do. Adult Leachies can get up to around 200 grams, so obviously he will get a lot bigger in the future. He will be growing and growing and growing, and I am so excited for that. As adorable and cute as these little geckos are, I just absolutely love how big Leachies get. I find it so cool. So I'm really excited for him to grow up and become a nice big giant gecko. I'm very excited for that. With him being the little tiny baby that he is right now, he currently lives in a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra. I have it set up. It's not really anything extravagant because I know that it is just going to be a temporary enclosure. Obviously it does have everything he needs. It has branches for him to climb, it has some cork for him to hide in, it has fake plants and everything, so it suits all of his needs. It has his food ledge and whatnot, but it is only going to be a temporary home because he is obviously going to outgrow that cage, and then when he is ready to move into his adult cage, I plan on making a nicer bioactive live planted setup similar to all of my other geckos. My crested gecko, gargoyle gecko, and day gecko all have beautiful live planted enclosures, and I do plan on doing the same for him in his adult enclosure. But since the one he is in right now is only going to be temporary, I don't want to bother with live plants for the time being because I will just have to tear that cage down in a couple months when he grows. As an adult, a lot of people recommend an 18 by 18 by 24 Exoterra for Leachie, and since they do get so big, I personally believe it's better to get a bigger cage. I know that the 18 by 18 by 24 is the standard minimum, so if that's what you choose to use for your Leachies, not hating on you, that's the minimum. I personally just want to give him bigger, so when Chaos is an adult, I'm going to be giving him probably something like a skyscraper cage or something like the 24 by 18 by 36 Exoterra. I do want to give him a cage that is at least 36 inches tall because I think that that would just be awesome for him. Since they are such large geckos, it gives him a lot of room to climb around. So as of right now, he is in an 18 by 18 by 24, but in the future when he grows, I would love to give him something much bigger so that he can have lots of room to explore. I can have a lot of room to work around with it and make the cage really nice and beautiful. I really think that is all that I have to share with you guys today. I don't really know what else to say. This is Chaos, my little baby Leachianus gecko. He is absolutely adorable. I'm so excited to see him grow. You know, I'm just very excited for that. I love how big Leachies get, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And he is just such a good little gecko. Like, look how he's just been hanging out on my hand this entire time. He's so good. I really love him a lot. He's just adorable. So now that I've introduced him to you guys, let's just go ahead. I'll show you guys some nice little like montage clips of him because that would be adorable and I'm sure you would all enjoy that. So let's just go ahead and take a look at Chaos in his little montage. it for my video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed meeting Chaos, and I hope that you guys are excited to see him grow. I know I'm very excited to see him grow, so hopefully you guys are too. If you are excited to see him growing, make sure you stick around and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload. Also be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Chaos would love it if you gave him a nice thumbs up. He would just appreciate it so much. And also be sure to check out all of my social media. Everything is just EmmaSam99. It will all be in the description below, but I would love it if you went and checked it out. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.